Hello everyone, I'm Chef Sumit Samadhar, and in today's class we are going to study about Indian masalas and gravy. So in the previous class I have spoken about the Indian cuisine as a whole, and I have also said that Indian gravies or Indian spices plays the main body and soul of what we have as or what we call as Indian cuisine. Now all around India there are different kinds of spice mixes which are being used. For example, in Bengal we have Pachforan masala, which is a combination of 5 spices, whereas when you are talking about Kashmir, in the north they have a spice mix called Var. And when we have go to the western side, if we are talking about Maharashtra, they have Kolhapuri masala, which is again a combination of different spices. In the Hyderabad we have Potli masala, which is a combination of different kinds of whole spices which are kept into a muslin cloth, which is almost like a bouquet garni in the European cuisine, which imparts flavor in Indian gravies and all. Other than that, other than different kinds of masalas or combination of masalas, to make the gravies, or to before they classify the gravies, we have to understand the different kinds of pastes which are being used to thicken the gravy and to enhance the flavor of the gravy. So different kinds of paste what are being used are raw onion paste, where the onion is being roughly chopped and made into a fine paste, where it gives a flavor and it gives a smoothness to the gravy. So I'll write it down so that it's easy for you. So the different pastes which are used: raw onion paste, boiled onion paste, which is mostly used when we are preparing shahi gravy, which is a white gravy. Then we have brown onion paste. This is mostly used when we are making chicken kasa or mutton kasa, and we want to give our gravies a dark, rich color, which is almost a brownish and reddish color. So that time you make brown onion paste. Here the boiled onion paste, the onions are roughly being chopped or sliced, and then in boiling water it is kept for 5 to 6 minutes, then taken out and made a paste of it. As I said, it is mostly used in making shahi gravy. Why? Because the gravy is lighter in color, so you don't cook the onion in the oil or in the ghee for a long time, so you pre-cook by boiling it. Whereas in the brown onion paste, we slice the onion in thin slices and then we deep fry it till the time it becomes golden brown in color. Then equal amount of fried onion and equal amount of yogurt in 1:1 ratio is being taken and made into a paste, which is being added in different kinds of gravies, which we are going to speak later on, to give a rich brown color. Other than that, we have different nuts and seeds paste. So in the nuts and seed paste we use cashew nut paste, which is usually used when you are preparing makhni gravy. We have almond paste. In Bengali cuisine we use charmagas paste and use poppy seed paste, and in certain dishes we also use coconut paste. That is, a grated coconut is made into a paste and is added into the gravy to give it a thickening. Now when we are talking about all this charmagas paste, as the name says, char, which is 4, magas means seed, there are 4 different kinds of seeds which are being used, and it is made into a paste. Sometimes this nut and seed paste, what you see is seen over here, can be used as an individual, as just the cashew nut paste or just the almond paste. Whereas in certain cases, mostly in hotels or when we are cooking in bulk, what we do is that to keep the food cost in control, we make a combination of this. So where we use more of charmagas, which is less cheaper when it compares to the cashew nut or the almond or the poppy seed. So more of charmagas is being taken, and along with that we take broken cashew nut, we take almond, we take poppy seed and make a paste out of it. So these are the few things which has to be always kept in mind. Of course, along with this, there's one main important part of Indian cooking where in from north to south, east to west, this is always being used, which is the ginger garlic paste, which is being called as a GG paste. Different kinds of masalas are what we spoke about. We have Gouda masala, we have Chettinad masala, we have as I said Var, we have Pachforan masala. So these are the different kind of spices or the combination of spices, I would say, or masala, sorry, which are being used in enhancing the flavor of gravies, but they differ from place to place. For example, Var is not used in any other part of India, whereas Pachforan is, other than Bengal, is not being used in any other part of India. But then the next part, once we have learnt about our paste and our combination of spices or masalas, the next part is they are used for preparation of gravies. Now when we study about European cuisine, in European cuisine there are 6 mother sauces which plays as the most vital part or the backbone of the European cuisine. In Indian cuisine, the gravies plays the backbone of the Indian cuisine. All over India, different kinds of gravies are being prepared and they are being used to create different dishes. We are going to talk about the prominent gravies which are being used all over India, and sometimes addition of one ingredient to that, or combination of two or three gravies or spices into that makes another gravy. Just like the way when we have studied about mother sauces, how the derivatives come from. So the most important gravies when we are talking about from India, first one is brown gravy, second is onion tomato masala gravy, which in the hotel industry is popularly known as OTM. We have green gravy, we have Shahi gravy, and we have Makhani gravy. So these are the most important gravies which are being used in Indian cuisine. I will explain each one with giving you an example of a dish which is prepared out of each one of them. So for example, when we are first thing is the brown gravy. So when we are talking about the brown gravy is something in which you add ginger garlic paste, you add whole spices. In the powder spices you add chili powder, coriander powder, garam masala powder, and you cook each and every ingredient. That means when you add the chopped onion into it, you cook it till it gets brown in color, and then you add the next ingredient. Followed to that, you finish it with what we spoke over here, the brown onion paste, where that means what you do is that you previously brown some onions, and then you take equal amount of yogurt into that, and you add it at the end, and then you cook further. That gives you the brown gravy. So these, out of this gravy, usually what we the dishes which we prepare is chicken kasa or mutton kasa. Onion, the next one is onion tomato masala gravy. Now the brown gravy is usually a very smooth gravy, whereas the onion tomato masala gravy or the OTM is a base gravy in Indian cooking, which is chunky. That means the onions are being chopped, the tomatoes are being chopped, no tomato puree is being added to it. And along with that, or ginger garlic paste, whole spices like bay leaf, cinnamon, cardamom are being used, and then it is being cooked till the time you see that the gravy is separated from the oil. So that is in any 5-star hotels. If you go into the banquet kitchen, you will see that in the daily jobs routine, it will definitely come to prepare a onion tomato masala gravy, or as we say in the industry as OTM gravy. So this, as I said, forms as a base of many dishes. So out of this, if you are adding karai masala into this, as we were speaking about Indian masalas, so karai masala is a combination of different spices which are being broiled. For example, red chili is being taken, coriander seeds, whole cumin is being taken, peppercorns are being taken. So these are all being broiled and made into a rough powder. If that is being added into this onion tomato masala gravy, and then if you add paneer into that, that becomes your karai paneer. Or if you add non-veg and you want to make it as a chicken, so you may get karai chicken out of it. So that is the use of the brown gravy and the onion tomato masala gravy. The next thing is that the green gravy. So the green gravy is a combination of different green ingredients, and to keep the color green, what we do, we blanch it, and we used in preparation of this gravy, we always use boiled onion paste. Why? Because we don't cook the gravy for a long time, because green color comes with the use of spinach into it. Along with that, we use mint leaves, along with that we use coriander leaves. So fresh mint, fresh coriander, fresh spinach, and along with that, to give spice, we don't use red chili powder. Why? Because the red color in the red chili powder is a primary color, and green also is a primary color. So when these two, if we are adding into it, the color will become dull. So instead of that, to spice up this, we add green chilies into it. So all these are being blanched and made into a paste, and then it is being cooked with whole spices in ghee, and then usually finished with cream. So out of this, we get very popular dishes. One of the most popular dish what we get out of a green gravy is palak paneer, which is popular everywhere. So when we are making palak paneer, the base gravy is the green gravy which is being used into it. Okay, the next one is the shahi gravy. So the shahi gravy is basically a white gravy in which we don't add turmeric powder, or we don't use red chili powder also. So shahi gravy is a gravy in which we use paste. Authentically, you are supposed to use only cashew nut and almond paste, but to keep the food cost low, and when we are preparing in bulk, we make a combination of these 4 ingredients, that is cashew nut, almond, charmagas, and poppy seed. We take all these 4 and made a paste of it, and into that we add, sometimes in certain recipes you will see that we add raw onion paste, or sometimes we use boiled onion paste, but I would always suggest and prefer to use boiled onion paste, because so that the white color retains, and this gravy is always finished with cream to give it a white color. So out of shahi gravy, what are the dishes you can get? One of the most popular dishes, shahi chicken korma is one of the most popular dish which you get out of this. The next one is makhni gravy. Now this is also again another very popular gravy which is being cooked all around the world in any Indian restaurant, wherever you see, because out of this you get the most popular dish which is called butter chicken. Now this is a gravy where you use cashew nut almond paste, okay, along with that you use boiled onion paste, and you use roughly chopped tomatoes. So the way this gravy is authentically being prepared is, you take, as the name says, makhni gravy, of course there has to be butter into this, and lot of butter. So how you do that? You take a karai, into that you add butter, you add a little bit of oil so that the butter doesn't get burnt off, then you add the roughly chopped onion. You don't add the boiled onion paste directly, you add the roughly chopped onion, you add whole spices, you add ginger garlic, you add the roughly chopped tomato, and then you add water into it, and slowly and gradually you let it reduce. So once it reduces to half, you make a paste of it. If you are making in small portion, in the water itself you can add the cashew nut and the almond paste. If you are making a larger portion so that you get a smooth gravy, you make a separate paste of it after soaking it in warm water, and then you add roasted chicken, which is the chicken which is being roasted in the tandoor, which gives you a makhni gravy. And finally again it is finished with kasuri methi. This the prominent flavor of this makhni gravy is broiled kasuri methi, and finished to give it a shine and smoothness, we add cream. So the most popular dish what we get out of this one is, as I said, butter chicken. Now we spoke about out of this 5 gravies, but again there is another gravy which I have not written over here intentionally, because that is also a very popular gravy, but you get it usually in hotels. They don't prepare that gravy just for the sake of making that gravy, but with a combination of 2 base gravies you get that particular gravy. So that gravy is called yellow gravy. So yellow gravy is a gravy in which it's basically a kind of shahi gravy, into which is, instead of being white in color, it's in yellow in color. Supposed to be you are using turmeric powder and saffron into it, but in reality in hotels how they usually prepare is they take shahi gravy and they take makhni gravy and they mix it together in equal parts. The result what you get is yellow gravy. Now out of yellow gravy, the most popular dish what you get out of a yellow gravy is malai kofta. So paneer malai kofta is one of the most important or a prominent dish which you get out of this yellow gravy. We have spoken about all the 6 gravies which is predominantly being used in different parts of India. Other than that, when you go to every region to region, there are own delicacies and they have their own gravies which supports their dishes. So if I have to sum up the whole chapter today, what we have studied over here is that in that gravies and spices are the backbone of Indian cuisine. They give the body the richness, the color, the flavor, and enhances and uplifts any dish. So to prepare this, we need to know the different kinds of masalas, which is a combination of different kinds of spices. That can be a simple garam masala, which can be in whole or powdered form. It can be var from Kashmir, it can be pachforan from West Bengal, and then along with that, to the next part, when we are preparing different kinds of gravies, to make the gravies, to give a body to the gravy, to give a consistency and texture to the gravies, we need to add different kinds of thickening agents, which can be cream, which can be cream, and or at certain times we add chana dal or besan broiled into that, or other than that we add onion paste, which can be both in raw form or cooked, that is in boiled form, or it can be as a brown onion paste, which gives a thickness also, and at the same time it gives a rich brown color to your dishes. Along with that, different kinds of pastes are being used. Of course, the most common one which is being used is the one which I have written at the last, which is the ginger garlic paste, which is being used all over India. Along with that, we have coconut paste, which we have charmagas paste, we have poppy seed, almond and cashew nut paste, and other nuts and seeds paste, which are being used in preparation of different kinds of gravies. The most important gravies of which comes from Indian cuisine are the brown gravy, the onion tomato masala gravy, commonly known as OTM in the hotel industry, a shorter form of it. Green gravy, which is basically a paste of spinach, green chilies, fresh coriander and mint. And then along with that, we have shahi gravy, which is basically white in color, so no turmeric powder or red chili powder goes into it, but it is always finished with cream, and the base is a paste of cashew nut, almond and poppy seed paste, charmagas and poppy seed paste. Then we have the makhni gravy, which is basically orange in color, and out of which you as a predominant flavor of royal kasuri methi, which is added at the last, and it is a little bit sweet gravy where it when you are finishing the gravy, you add honey into it, and you get butter chicken out of that. The next one is the yellow gravy, which is usually a combination of shahi and makhni gravy, and out of which the most popular dish which you get is a malai kofta. Now this is all about the Indian masalas and gravy. A more detailed version of it with pictures of each and every gravy, how it looks like, I have imparted that in the PowerPoint presentation which has been attached here with. So I would suggest all of you that once you have seen the video, you should go to the PowerPoint after seeing the video, and so that you can see the different gravies which has pictures which has been implanted into the PowerPoint presentation. So thank you.